Welcome to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jewelers Studios. I'm Bill Delaney, the lovely Sandy Eisenberg, the marvelous Steve Remy. Well, things are rolling right away. You know, we don't have enough trouble with certain things, but Facebook is now offering counseling if people will listen.
I like that.
Well, if
do you use Facebook?
Now and then, Steve.
Okay,
Mostly my wife does and tells me what's going on.
You probably could use the counseling then.
Stop it. Yeah, you could use some counseling yourself, but we won't go into that.
I understand that, but I admit it, that's the first step.
Okay. In order to save money, Ford is eliminating like 20 jobs.
Are you kidding me?
No, and we'll get into that, but it's not here. It's all around the world.
Okay.
The local EPA has made some astounding statements, basically, or somebody has made statements on what they're doing. I really want to get into this.
Okay.
Because it's going to be exciting. The passion is there, buddy.
I can see that.
And we will do all of this stuff when we return to Love My 419 in just a moment.
Love My 419 is brought to you by Harold Jaffe Jewelers. And without Harold Jaffe Jewelers, there's no Love My 419. Without any Love My 419, you would have nothing to do, nothing to talk about. You would know everything that's cool in the 419. So thank you to Harold Jaffe Jewelers. It's where Toledo gets engaged.
More of Love My 419 in a moment, but from the Harold Jaffe Jewelers studio, we have the inevitable Jeff Jaffe. Ta-da!
Hey, I've never been called inevitable before, but hey, I'll take it.
Did I pronounce that right?
Huh?
No, it's inevitable.
Inimitable would be okay too, but inevitable is even better because that means something's going to happen.
What's happening?
Yeah, you
What
know.
is it?
Well, you never know.
Okay.
Everybody likes vodka in the morning.
Very early vodka.
So,
It's called
a couple things. I was going to talk about May being the month of emeralds, the beautiful green color for gemstones, and I'll make a mention of it because it happens to be the color of spring, and there's a lot of folklore around it. But a couple things happened this past week that I think I need to. I seriously try to remind you, the listeners, all the time about making sure that having your things cleaned and checked, and even having your insurance appraisals updated, because over the last week. We saw a couple issues where one person came in with a diamond that was literally broken very badly. And unfortunately, she did have it insured, but didn't have it insured for enough. It hadn't been updated for a while. And the other one actually lost a diamond out of her engagement ring. Didn't have it checked for close to 30 years, she said. And even worse is there was no insurance on it. So just word to the wise, don't say I didn't tell you. You need to have your things cleaned and checked every 6 months, like you go to the dentist, and you should, if you really care about making sure you're protected, you should have your things, the appraisals updated, and we photograph. We give you a great description, gemological description. It's very detailed, but yeah,
extremely impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, impressive or not, it does what it needs to do, and I just think that every time I see it, it breaks my heart. When somebody doesn't get covered. So we're here for you.
Terrific. Welcome back to Love My 419. I'm Bill, Sandy, and Steve. And speaking of the topics we just brought up in the opening, the Facebook is setting up a counseling situation for people that are having problems or what have you. Steve,
I love this. I use Facebook, and I'm like, how cool for them to take social media to the next level. So I guess what they're doing is Facebook is launching a new initiative by those who use Facebook and that seem to post things that might suggest that there's a little instability there, or they might have suicidal tendencies. Through Facebook Messenger, you can go right into the suicide prevention hotline and talk to a counselor via Facebook Messenger. So I think
that's a marvelous
really
deal
cool.
if people will take advantage of it. And
that's
look at what's happening these days with kids that are committing suicide. It's sad. It's very sad.
Well, I think the cool thing about that is it's instant. You know,
Yeah.
right? That's the thing. And it can be instant. It can be private. You know, no one
Oh,
else
yeah.
needs to
Right.
know. I mean, if you're having, imagine somebody that's just going through a little distress late night. He can just really just log on, be in
Right.
his room and actually at least make an attempt to get
Yeah,
help.
I'd like to know
So
the
I think
stats
that's
on that as
cool.
it comes down
Yeah,
the
I
line.
think
I'd like
that's
to
very
know.
cool.
Ford Motor Company is cutting 20,000 jobs. Now, this is all over the country,
Right.
and most of these jobs do not affect the workers, the people on the lines. It will affect the bookkeepers and so
Also,
on and
this
so
is like
the
the
clerical,
white collar.
the white collar.
workers.
Yeah, it's going to affect more of them. But 20,000 jobs is a lot of jobs.
Well, and they're doing it to improve profit and stock.
and they
Because they're not selling the cars. I mean, that's it.
Did they
Boom.
say last year that they had the highest car sales and profit in years? I mean, so evidently
I
they
mean-
can't stand not to make
I don't.
more
last year,
more money.
I don't know.
More
The product is improved. I mean, Ford. I mean, you look around Toledo. I mean, I see a lot of Fords around here. I
So
mean,
do
they
I.
put out
And
a great
Fords.
product.
I know, but
So I don't
what
know
is
what I
causing
don't
the fact that they're
understand.
losing money? I mean, it's there.
Well, some of that might be because again, cost of health care. You got to pay those employees health
Right.
care. I mean, that always factors
And those
in.
are very strong contracts for
Contracts, I think, have gone too high.
Not
I
sure
think
if
that's having an
union
effect
costs
on a lot
have
of
gone up. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to factor
Yeah.
that in. So I'm sure there's a reason behind that. But
Right.
they're not sticking it to the little guy. So I guess we can be
No,
thankful.
they're
Well,
for
thank
that.
sticking it
goodness.
to the big guys who still
sticking
have
it
to
to the
pay.
big guy.
Who still have to pay their bills.
I've stuck it to the big guy before.
I bet you have, you devil.
Oh, that's
What?
a whole nother show.
I could say something on that, but I'm not. I'm leaving that alone. Okay, moving right along in our efforts to make this show sane. Let's talk about the EPA. What do you say, guys? Huh?
Well,
you
that's
have been
nonsense.
hyped up about this EPA, so
I
cannot-
am hyped up, and I this guy wrote an article recently in the Blade, and
Pollock.
Steve Pollock, and
Okay.
he used to write for the Blade. He's retired.
Okay.
But the near panic-inducing episode was more politically and media generated
Okay.
than grounded in pure reviewed science, which I agreed with.
Okay.
One of the things I used to do is go to Mike Collins when he was on city council,
Mm-hmm.
and we would talk about Facility 3. And he had aerial photographs and everything, and he said, Bill, nobody's listening to me. Facility 3 is causing the problem with our water.
So where is Facility 3?
It's out in the
middle of the lake.
well, it's not in the it's close to the
Close
lake.
to
It's
the
close
lake.
to the
Okay.
lake.
Okay.
But what they're doing is dredging all the fecal matter, basically, and dumping it there, and it's overflowing.
Right.
Oh, so
When you should take this lime, which we have abundance of,
okay.
and redo that, and mix it with another product, and it goes right back to where it was. So there's no real problem with that, but the actual mixed with an aggregate,
Okay.
good road base it would make. Facility
we
3
certainly
is
could
still
use that.
one of the culprits, and we didn't have the problem. I wish a certain person was here to discuss this, because we do not have the problem with this algae that everybody's going crazy over. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, the water is better. I mean, the
Better than what? It was good then. Steve, I went to the plant. I checked the clarity of the water, and it was there.
I don't know, because man, I've had some of my water.
Smells funny.
Yeah, and it's got this.
Well,
like,
they
this
know it's you,
silky
Steve.
taste
They
to
know
it.
it's you. They know that you have a certain taste that
see.
is above and beyond
Where
the
is
call.
he at? He's in the
Okay.
downtown sector. Get that water.
All right.
Okay.
They won't let me spend a lot of time. I'd love to on this, but we'll talk later on it. Anyway, we'll get to those other stories when we come back after this brief message. Welcome back to Love My 419. I'm Bill, Sandy, and Steve. What have you got
Well,
for
you
us,
know
Steve?
what? We had a hot week this week. It was warm out, and I'm telling
Oh,
you,
wow.
Gorgeous days.
we're getting into the time where I have my favorite food, ice cream.
Aha.
And guess who has the best? Besides popcorn, Rachel Michaels
Michael,
has Toff's ice cream.
Yes.
Right. Nummy.
So stop inside Rachel Michaels Popcorn, mention how much you love my 419, and you get a mini bag of Rachel Michaels Popcorn, and then go buy an ice cream cone and sprinkle it on top.
Oh, wow.
Close your eyes and let Calgon take you away, Sandy.
I'm going to dress in different costumes. Can I, Steve? Can I dress in different costumes? You just walk in and
You
say,
can do
"Love my
anything.
419." Give me my.
Rachel won't care.
Okay, good deal.
But just mention how much you love the show.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll hook you up.
Who's Calgon? I thought it was a soap.
Okay, you ready for this, guys? These are 419 stories you need to know.
The 419 stories you need to know.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Well.
Who's Calgon?
Oh, my. Oh, no.
Who is it?
It was a joke, Sandy. Calgon, take me away because the ice cream's so good.
I thought it was a washing soap. Calgon?
Okay, Steve, now you ready to roll with this?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, okay, Sandy. Step aside. Move back. Okay.
So
What's going on?
Sylvania. I love this. We're giving Sylvania's doing good. Sylvania Township.
I love
Yeah.
Sylvania Township.
So
That's where
I
live.
guess Sergeant Dave Janikowski, he patrols in Sylvania Township regularly.
yeah.
3 or 4 nights a week he does patrolling. And what he does is he goes a step further by checking some of the local businesses in the township. Then what he does is he writes out a note and says, "Hey, was just wanting to go the extra step, check on your business, everything is okay. Have a nice day."
That's a nice thing to
That's
do.
cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
who does that?
Yeah.
Goes the extra mile.
Just to know
I'll
somebody's
try.
there.
Yeah.
You know,
It's great.
I'm a very strong supporter of all the police and fire, and I am so pleased that I live in Sylvania. And I was just as pleased when I lived in Toledo. I think that we have some of the finest police and fire
yeah.
personnel anywhere.
And they are being sorely abused around the country.
Yes.
Very sad.
I
Very sad. Say hello to a policeman tomorrow.
Yeah, and say thank you.
Yeah, say thank you.
Right.
Or if you see a fire rescue guy or gal,
All of them.
they're the best, honest.
Well,
Saved me a couple times, you lucky guys.
Exactly.
Well, depending on your point of view.
Well, that's
Yeah.
true. So how's the sidewalks over in your part of the hood, Bill?
Listen, I got none. I got no sidewalks
I
at
got no
all.
sidewalks.
I
You
don't
got
have any.
sidewalks, You got big
People walk in
sidewalks.
my yard and stuff, and it's just terrible.
Well, that's all about to change because I guess city council has approved $300,000 for sidewalk repair.
Great.
So
Does that include new sidewalks?
that's going to be new sidewalks. So I guess if like what's going to happen, you know, a lot of times the trees will make the sidewalks buckle and those types
Yeah.
of things, and they're uneven. There's money appropriated to fix these problems. So that's going to be cool. So they're saying that repair will start in July and will be finished by November.
Well, that's great. You know, I used to live as a kid in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And we'd always go back there. It's the only place we ever went. Their sidewalks were never repaired. They were slate that buckled up and everything. So I didn't ride my bicycle down there. Of course,
Right.
I was in college at the time, but I
Right.
didn't want to
Well,
ride
you
my
could've.
bicycle down there. But now they have bike paths all over the place on the streets.
Right.
What's the big issue that we need?
Sidewalks?
Yeah.
We need sidewalks. Where are the little kids going to have their lemonade stands?
Point well taken, Steve. I got nothing. on that one.
Nothing.
Okay,
to say
kids, set them
to
up.
counter
You're
that.
good to go. What else?
CareNet is expecting a spike. Okay.
What kind of
it's,
spike?
Well, it's going on with the Affordable Care Act.
Oh.
Or whatever they're going to call it.
Whatever they're gonna call that,
When
yeah.
they figure it out.
So CareNet, I guess, was created for a lot of those that remember in 2002 by our former mayor, Jack Ford.
Right.
So basically, it was designed to help those that didn't meet quite the guidelines for Medicare and Medicaid that
Right.
were below the poverty line. So now with this Affordable Care Act, it might be in jeopardy locally. And
Right.
a lot of people, you know, have taken advantage of the
and
benefits.
a lot of people have depended on it. And there's a lot of hospitals, doctors, and counselors partaking of CareNet at low cost or no cost.
Right,
For
right.
some of these folks, which is very, very important in this community. So
Right, because
I
more
hope
than
it works out well.
Well,
Yeah.
they do. A lot of doctors, a lot of hospitals just, come on in, we'll take care of you.
Right.
And I understand you can't pay.
Right.
They just write it off.
yeah.
But a lot of things that are happening right now, it's going to change in this country and it's going to happen.
Right.
But right now, I got a message from somebody that says we better take a break. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Our alien leader said, take a break.
More of Love My 419 in a moment. But right now, we have a guest. Joe Hamill
Hi.
with Key Realty.
Hello, everybody.
And
Joe.
Joe, what is going on with all these foreclosures? What's happening here?
You know, actually, that's an interesting. There was a recent article in a local paper, and it's Lucas County is bucking the trend of what's happening. They're nationally foreclosures are down 23%. I mean, it's just really good. It's been the lowest since 2005.
Wow, that's good.
The Rust Belt cities seem to be having a little bit of an issue, Lucas County in particular. But with that said, a study was done by a California-based company. It was a database company, and they took into account Lucas County, Northwood County, and some of Fulton County, and they basically said that there was 241 foreclosures out there. Now, with that said, though, it's not all doom and gloom because it's actually down by 9% from April.
Wow.
But it's up 17% from last year.
All right.
Okay.
So some of the local theories is that about 10 years ago, a lot of investors started buying multifamily homes.
That's right.
And due to the fact that we have the low interest rates, employment's going well, things are going, people are getting tired of renting, they can get into houses.
Right.
The investors, the multifamily owners are having a hard time getting renters, so to speak.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
That's
there's
terrible.
there's a lot involved in this stuff, and I'm sure there's a lot more going on. But
Call Joe.
Call Joe.
Yeah,
Call Joe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, call Joe.
Give me a call.
He'll tell you the rest of the story, okay? And he wants
Anything
to
wrong
know
in your
about it.
life, call Joe.
There you go. Joe knows, right? Follow me on the 419
And they-
app and my Facebook page. Look forward to working with y'all.
And there it is. Welcome back to Love My 419. I'm Bill, Sandy, and Steve. And Steve, what do we
you're
got?
looking very debonair today.
Well, you're looking more debonair, sir.
And who do we owe to that?
The Men's Warehouse.
Yes. So
Yes.
Men's Warehouse is always keeping us looking
Very
sharp,
suave,
very
suave.
They try.
They're,
Suave.
they're
Suave.
getting
Suave with the boner.
style down. So I love that. So Men's Warehouse is also sharing their appreciation for students, teachers, and faculty this prom with their Prom Love promotion. So check this out.
Yeah.
40% off tuxedo rental credits and 40% off all of your retail purchases turn into $50 off tux and suit rental.
All
I
right.
mean, you know, when you got to buy flowers and limousine and all that, saving $50 off your tux or suit rental is huge. But you only get it how? If you mention you love my 419. So check that out.
there
So
you go.
There you go.
Talmadge Road.
That's right. Tell them we sent you.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what? I get more comment when I'm out in the streets about how many people love the fun in the 419 where we're always
great.
out and we're doing things. So listen up, kids. Yeah, kids in the 419. You're doing good. Daddy's happy.
You can tell him.
So we went out and we checked out Jenna Savage, our producer's daughter, where she went out and she shot a local play called I Need a Man. And don't we all? But anyway, she shot
Drop the
this
mic.
play.
Drop the mic. Is it? Okay.
And some of you might remember this lady that starred in this play, Bernadine Stannis. Remember Good Times?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
This was Thelma. That was in the movie in the show. So she was in this play, and this was at the Owens Community College, and she did a great job on this. So check it out.
Fun in the 419.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Clint, and I am co-producer and actress from Prodigal Son Productions. I am born and raised here, Toledo, Lucas County resident, went to school here all the way through the university level, and I'm really, really excited about what we are doing, our particular company, Prodigal Son Production. It is an inspirational theatrical group, and our creator, Mr. Mike Matthews, is the godfather of this entire theatrical play. He has toured the country from coast to coast, and I'm very privileged to sit up underneath him. But we are so excited to come to Lucas County and this particular area and bring these inspirational stage plays. We just left the Owens Community College Performing Arts Center just this past Mother's Day weekend with a phenomenal turnout with a stage play entitled I Need a Man. Some of your very local talent has been displayed here in this beautiful city.
Diverse groups of talent. Some of us know each other, some of us didn't before this company. We're all in the city, we're all in different fields, different areas, and just to take homegrown talent and train it and to see it flourish over 6-9 months leading up to a year, to mix them with Hollywood talent and professionals, and to just bring everybody together in a melting pot and watch it all mesh. And then once you hit the stage, you got 2 hours of a great show.
This is actually our second performance here in Lucas County. We did a play last April at the Maumee Indoor Theater, which was another great performance. I Need a Man, highlighting Hawthorne James as well as Bernadette Stannis. Our play was so very privileged to have these 2 great thespians. I call them thespians of the theater. Hawthorne James. Listen, some of you may remember him as Big Red from the 5 Heartbeats. You remember that famous line, my office hours is 9 to 5. We are so excited. We had a great time with him. He has a huge resume.
From Speed 7, first film I ever did was Color Purple. So, people recognize a film I did with Snoop called Bossing Up. I mean, it's done like 50, 60 movies, 30 TV shows, from Fresh Prince to Martin, The Frasier, Cheers, Hill Street Blues, NYPD Blues, all kinds of stuff.
So he was there, and then every male has probably had a crush on this beautiful woman, Bernadette Stannis, known as Thelma for Good Times. And I tell you, she alone, I mean, Juilliard, she attended Juilliard, just schooled me on this whole entire industry and how to conduct myself. So I was really privileged and very glad that she attended and came all the way here to Toledo. First time they were ever in the 419, and they were really excited. They loved it. So we want to come here. We want to highlight this great talent. Toledo is full of so many talented artists. Between working on a film as well as some television projects, I'm currently filming down in the Cleveland area with a film with Matthew McConaughey, so I'm really excited about that. And we are working on a feature television show entitled Fake Friends with the Prodigal Son production. There's numerous projects coming up, and one we'd like to shoot down here in the month of August in the Lucas County area. So I'm really reaching out to the area code of 419 Lucas County for partners and people who would like to become sponsors and people that really want to highlight. So look, I love my 419.
Welcome back to Love My 419. I'm Bill Delaney, Sandy Eisenberg, and the ever-popular Steve Remy, who has been invited to someplace, and I wanted to throw that in there if we could.
This is the so imagine I'm going to my mailbox. You usually go to your mailbox and you open it up and you find bills. Yeah. So I get this invitation. It's called Dinner en Blanc, meaning dinner in white. So what this has happened, this started 27 years ago in Paris, France. And so this dinner happens all around the country. You don't know who invites you. You have no idea who invites you to this thing. So what basically happens, you bring your own tablecloth, you bring your own silverware, your decorations for the table, and it's at an undisclosed place in your city. So I got invited to this event.
There was a movie, though, about that.
There was a movie about that.
But I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it was centered around everybody that was invited to this thing.
How
this is in white?
Built.
You dress in white, dinner in white.
How did you get invited to an all-white?
No, it wasn't white people.
Oh,
it was white
okay.
Clothes.
All right.
Oh, no,
I just wondered why, it was all white. But
well, I'm going
and
to
then
wear.
You got to,
yeah, I'm going to be wearing all white, but I cannot.
Oh, you're going to look good.
The last living virgin.
Well, there you go. I cannot wait to go to this. But so maybe we'll get some footage on it at some point. But I was excited to get the invite.
The point is that your final thought as far as the final thought?
Well, I have a little final thought.
This
was very, very cute. So I'm out at Levis Commons. Kudos to the parents of this little boy in Perrysburg. So I'm out at Levis Commons and I see this little boy and he's getting an ice cream cone. That's out at Levis Commons. He gets an ice cream cone. And there was another little boy that was just sitting by himself. I think he got scolded what was happening. So the little boy was just sitting there and he had tears coming down his face. So the little boy with the ice cream cone walks over to the little boy and gives him some of his ice cream cone before he had any of it. I thought it was the cutest thing. So I'm like, whoever the parents are of this little boy in Parisburg, you're raising this boy the right way. I thought
Absolutely.
that was very
We have hope.
So nice.
We have hope.
So cute.
Sandy, what have you got?
What do I have?
Yeah.
Well, if they're going to take the gook from the lake and maybe with adding certain things to it, make a form of road, gravel, etc., and so forth, it's like putting doo-doo on our doo-doo streets. So
Well, doo-doo on the streets is better than the doo-doo we're getting from council.
Are we having doo-doo?
Who's Calgon?
Oh, baby.
What
Okay.
are we doing with doo-doo streets?
Well, poop in there would be better than nothing, okay? Better than nothing. And they could, I think they smeared that on my street recently because it's all gone now. It washes away. But if I may, I want my final thoughts to be this. I am sick and tired of the attacks on our president. I am sick of it, okay? There's nothing there. Nobody's proving anything. Get off of it and let's get on with running the government, okay? My final thoughts.
There you go. And that is a thought.
Anything else you want to write in?
There's not enough time.
Send it to our director.
There's
That's
not
all.
enough time, oh dear producer, that I can respond to that within.
Okay, that's enough, Sandy. That's good enough.
So.
Okay. Are we done here? Bye-bye, everybody. Till next week.
Hopefully he's done. Woo, 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 woo. Impeachment.